Today in New York, the manslaughter trial of Daniel Penny, a Marine veteran who put a homeless man acting erratically in a New York City subway car into a fatal chokehold. Now, this is a case that's fueled political narratives and perceptions about urban crime, specifically in a city where the subway is indispensable. We have ABC News legal contributor Brian Buckmeyer joining me now for much more on this. Brian, of course, this case generated a lot of attention. We have the jury selection process beginning. How does the fact that this was such a large case, how does that impact the jury selection process?
I think that this case actually falls completely on jury selection. The facts are what they are. I think for most people, especially in New York, we know what happened to Jordan Neely and we know what happened with Daniel Penny, but how you perceive those facts is going to be everything for the outcome. So I think it's very important to get the right people, whether you're defense or the prosecution.
Right. A lot of it seems to be kind of a self-defense argument or protecting fellow people on the subway. So Penny's pleaded not guilty to manslaughter and negligent homicide charges. The defense says that Neely, who was killed, was behaving in an insanely threatening manner to passengers. That's the quote, insanely threatening. How do you expect both sides to be making these arguments about whether his actions were necessary?
It's all about what part of the interaction you focus on. For the defense, they're going to focus on that initial interaction with Jordan Neely when he is erratic, he's yelling, he's screaming. They're going to see that focus on the cross-examination of the other participants or passengers in that subway car. For the prosecution, they're going to focus on timing. We know that we have this video of about 6 minutes, up until 3 minutes and 10 seconds, Jordan Neely stops moving. And the prosecution will look at it from this point. After that 3-minute mark and the minute or 2 minute afterwards where Daniel Penny is still holding him in the chokehold, they're going to say, that's reckless. That's negligence. Why is he still doing this?
Half the time, Neely not moving at all. How does the fact that this is on video change the trial and how it plays out?
So you see it's kind of like a self-defense case, and it is in many ways, right? In a self-defense, it talks about the subjective mindset of the person who's going through that action, why they believe that force needs to be used, but also objectively. So what the jury or what we as society believe. That video provides that objective analysis for us all. We can all look at it and say, I've ridden the A train or the Q train. I wouldn't do that. I would do this. Right. You get to kind of play Monday morning quarterbacking to a sense, and that's a large part of how that self-defense is going to be articulated, argued, and understood by the jury.
And we do expect to hear from some of the other passengers on board. I assume they'll be asked what they thought of it as it was happening.
Absolutely, and that's where you get that objective standard as well, because you and I are here kind of judging what Daniel Penny was doing, not being there, but the passengers, they were there, and they could have either done the assault, not done the assault, make different decisions based on what they saw.
Thought it was necessary, thought it was not necessary. All right, ABC News legal contributor Brian Buckmeyer, thank you very much. Always good to talk to you.